Hi, I'm Gabe, and this is Sierra. Okay, I guess she's not going to tell you her name, but
I don't like that.
this week we have a special video for you. We're going to be talking about our own personal favorite movies, and neither of us have seen each other's movies, but based on what we tell each other, based on our ratings, we're going to decide which movie is the best movie. Now, why don't you tell everybody what your movie is?
My movie is Stuck in Love. It's about an author and his ex-wife and his 2 kids, and they all experience the ups and downs of unrequited love over the course of 1 year.
I picked Whiplash from 2014. It's about a young drummer who's aspiring to be a professional, and his mentor is somewhat abusive, but it shows his potential. What theory did you have for Stuck in Love?
Phenomenology, because it can have a lot of different interpretations. Like, there's so many different stories going on at one time that it just kind of depends on like what you focus on the most, because each story I think has like a different lesson that you can take from it.
For myself, I decided that Whiplash best resembled Lacan's mirror theory, which you don't really want to be put through what Andrew in the movies put through, but you also look at him and you say, wow, he's intelligent, ambitious. I want to base myself off how this guy thinks. Now, he was just put in a bad situation, but he was obviously a good person, and that's how the audience relates to him. Alright, let's move on to the rating system. Now, how did you feel on the entertainment value for Stuck in Love?
Well, it's my favorite movie, so obviously it was 25 out of 25. It tuned into pretty much every possible emotion. There was a lot going on. It's pretty much impossible to not be like completely consumed in the story while watching it. What was your entertainment value for Whiplash?
Well, obviously, like you said, this is my favorite movie, so it's a 25 out of 25. It was a really, simple story, but it was original. It was kind of a thriller and, a drama at the same time. The soundtrack, it won some Oscars, so, the music, too, was really good, and, the climax, the whole big ending, it was just really moving. Okay, artistic value. How did you feel?
I gave it a 24 out of 25. The whole aesthetic of it was light and airy, and it was pretty perfect for the plot. But the director definitely made use of dreary weather when it came to the plot kind of getting more intense, and when it was kind of intended to be the equivalent of a rainy day, he kind of put that to use. The soundtrack was probably one of my favorite in any movie that I've seen. It was good. It fits perfectly with the whole film. The acting was kind of questionable at some moments, that's why I didn't get a 25, but it was hardly noticeable compared to what was actually happening in the story. It kind of, the corny acting almost fit with the dramatics and the climax of the plot.
For Whiplash, I gave it a 24 out of 25 on artistic. It won 3 Oscars, and all of them were completely separate categories. You have the sound editing, you have film editing, and you have best acting by the supporting actor. And really what I thought for myself was it should have had, the main actor should have won an award for that film, because both of them combined is what really made them able to act the way they did. And really that was my main point on Whiplash, is the acting was just incredible. I mean, yes, they were very good at cutting scenes and stuff, but really the acting is what made it so good. Okay, what educational value did you give Stuck in Love?
I gave it a 15, and I only gave it a 15 because I am 17 and I'm sappy, and there's not really much that you learn from it outside of kind of lessons about like love and life, and yeah, I gave it a 15.
Whiplash for educational value, I gave it a 19 out of 25. Really, neither characters or anyone you should take educational value from, but what you should look at is the educational value based on like abuse in educational places, abuse in workplaces, anywhere that you're like you're learning someone from somebody above you, and that person is like training you. Like you've seen that in like the Black Swan, like different ways you abuse someone to get them to get better, which is unethical, and this movie highlights that well. Literary value, how did you feel on that for Stuck in Love?
I gave it a 25 out of 25. It's probably the strongest aspect of the film. The characters were amazing, and they were consistent throughout the whole film, besides the character development that you see in Samantha, her mom, Rusty, his dad, pretty much every main character. Each character has like so much personality and individuality, and the actors just do a really good job of like bringing their personality to life and making it something that you can recognize throughout the entire film. The setting was perfect for the plot. The plot was completely captivating. It was messy, but at the same time, it needed to be. And the conflict between Sam and Erica is heartbreaking, but the resolution is completely worth it. And there's actually like 7 conflicts throughout the entire film, so it kind of keeps it interesting. But overall, I think the literary aspect of the film was probably the best. And what did you have for Whiplash?
For the literary value of Whiplash, I gave it a 25 out of 25. You have character development from Andrew, who the main character. You see him as a child, and he's just playing the drums, and he enjoys it. And it goes from that to him joining a school where he's starting to be abused. He cries at one point. Then you get his angry side, and he turns into someone who, like, he's trying to be better, and then finally you get to this point where he's, like, in a whole different mindset. He's a completely different person. He leaves his girlfriend. He leaves his family. He doesn't give a crap about anybody except playing the drums and learning from his mentor. He even turned on him. Like, we have a false hope that, like, his mentor would be somebody different after he got in trouble for the abuse. But what you find out is it was all a trick. But in the end of that trick, you have this beautiful climax where they actually make a connection where Andrew actually, like, reaches his full potential, and his mentor sees that, and they make eye contact, and, like, you see this connection finally where he's taught him everything he could and mentored him to be the best drummer he can be. And that was the whole point of what the movie was surrounded by. That's what I got for Whiplash. What was your total score for Stuck in Love?
88 out of 100.
88 out of 100. I had a 93 out of 100, but that really doesn't mean anything. What do you think the best movie was, Sierra?
I mean, they're two completely different genres. There's not really any way to...
All right, we're going to have to watch both these movies and get back to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch Stuck in Love alone.
Right now.
With ice cream. Is it a cry movie?
Yes.
It's a crier.
It's
a crier. This
break your heart.
one's a crier, but only because it's beautiful. I'm about to cry thinking about it. Time to go.